Okay, so in this section we're going to go over battle card interaction. Like I said earlier, these were played during the battle phase and are played face down. So in this I'll be using Weiss as my opponent for demonstration purposes. I've picked up some cards just to give some examples. So it's now the battle phase. I've decided that I'm going to play my shift card as my first card. So that goes face down. The Weiss player, looking at their hand, decides they want to play the dual card as a tick value 2 attack card. So they place that face down. When cards are face down like this, they are called hidden, and it is dictated by a closed eye on some of the cards. We'll cover that in the ability section in the next part. For now we'll ignore the abilities and just go to how they interact. So we reveal at the same time. Mine is a 1 and it's a shift card, and Weiss's is a 2. So now mine goes in tick space 1, 0 plus 1. Weiss goes in 2, 0 plus 2. The turn now goes to the lowest rated, or lowest value I should say, one of the lowest tick space. So mine's occupying tick space 1, so mine would now activate. Because it's a shift card, doesn't actually do anything unless I activate the ability, which I won't be doing for this example. But I know for now that an attack is coming for me in tick space 2. At the moment this does not activate because this is the only one that has gone off. I now have 1 tick space to try and deal with this attack. So I get to play, we go play again now, bearing in mind that I know an attack is coming for me. I can play, I'll play that one, and I play it as tick space 2 defense card. Now, even though Weiss's attack hasn't gone off yet, because I've played a card, she has to play a card, or cannot play any other battle cards this round. So as Weiss, let's say I play tick value 3, so that goes down there. Now the reveal. So now it goes into the next lowest space, which is here. So I have defense and Weiss has an attack. Attack cards, once an attack goes off, the damage goes from their tick space into my tick space and down here. Once the damage gets past tick value 5, it would actually damage your character. Imagine your character sitting behind tick space 5, and if damage reaches that, it's subtracted from your aura. But in this instance I'm blocking it because I have defense here. I knew it was coming, I put defense there. So they both resolve. Defenses don't do anything on resolve, they just stop damage. Attacks, damage goes up, goes here, hits the defense. So now we look at the ratings. That has an attack rating of 3. Mine has a defense rating of 3. So 3 minus 3 is 0. So I stop all of that damage. Okay. So, and because my defense is reduced to 0, my card becomes what is known as broken. We'll go over a bit more what broken means later on. but for now just move it halfway down the tick line, just to remind you that it is broken. Just to clarify the linking rules from earlier, it doesn't matter if an attack is, if battle card is an attack or defense, they can link as long as these numbers are one or the next one up. So I also know an attack is coming in the next tick space for me now. So I'm going to try and block that. So I'm going to play a tick value 2 card. Weiss is going to link again with a tick value 4 card. So now everyone's happy. We reveal our cards. 2 plus 2, which was the last occupied tick space, is 4. 3 with 4, 4 is greater than 3 by 1, so that goes into the 4th tick space again. Now we go to the next card that's going to resolve. In this instance, it's Weiss's card in tick space 3. So it's an attack card. It's an attack card, the axes, with a damage rating of 4. So 4 damage goes from there up here. There's no card stopping it here. So now it starts to travel up a tick line. Goes one step further. Checks to see if it meets something. It does. I actually have a tick value 2 card with a resistance rating of 2. So the shield, that's resistance rating. So I stop that damage. But if we look at that, that's got a power rating of 4, and I only have a resistance rating of 2. So 2 minus 4 is minus 2. So that's below 0, so that card is broken. And not only that, this is what happens, this is what's called overflow damage, because I only had a resistance rating of 2 and stopped a power rating of 4, then there is 2 overflow damage. And overflow damage is subtracted from your spirit stat here. So if I was on 12, the full amount, I would now have a spirit value of 10. And remember, like I said earlier, if your spirit is reduced below 0, then the damage would go to your aura instead. And let's just finish off the last phase. So, I'm announcing as a RWBY player that I'm not going to play a card now. And the Weiss player decides they're going to play that one. So now, they reveal, they place that one. Their next card goes off. And I have one here as well. But, because my card is broken, it doesn't actually do anything. So, you know, a broken card does not go off. So if an attack card is broken, it will no longer attack anything. If it was due to go off, a defense one will no longer defend against anything. If it has any abilities on there, those would stop activating if they were in play. The only thing a broken card does is take up the occupied tick space, and still you can still link off of it. It does nothing else. So here anyway we have Voice's 4 value tick space goes off. That's an attack because the axes. And it's got a 5 power rating. This goes up. My defense is broken, so the damage comes through here. Nothing stopping it. Goes one step closer, checks again. There's nothing here. So that damage is actually going to hit RWBY, my character. So 5 is taken off of my aura. So that'll leave me with 10. Next goes to Voice's next card. Since she can't play anymore because she's got a full tick line, I had neglected to play a card before, so I can't decide to play a card now. I couldn't allow her to reveal that and then decide I'm going to try and do something about it. So I can't do anything about this one either. So it's another 5, it's tick value 5 with a 5 power attack. So that damages here. There's nothing here again. Goes over, it hits my character again. So that's another 5 life, which actually leaves me just on 5. So some of you might have twigged, you actually get damages quite high in this game. Games can be over very quickly if you don't defend correctly. Which is why card advantage is so important. Let's go through a few other examples and what can happen. So this turn, the Voice player decides to play that card. Tick value 1, dedicated defense card. I, as the RWBY player, decide to play my shift card again. So that goes there. Both are revealed. Tick value 1, tick value 1. Both go to the first value tick. So now they both resolve at the same time. We get the interaction. Shift card, there's no interaction with the shift card. Defense card, I'm not attacking, so nothing happens. But in this instance, remember, I will gain my shift card back at the end of this phase, while Weiss would lose her dedicated defense card. So in this actual instance, that wasn't too bad a play for me, so I've got Weiss to waste a card. Let's go over what else might happen. So instead of playing a defense card, let's say Weiss played a 1 tick value attack card, so it'd be revealed there. Now, as I said before, the first ones go off. This is an attack, so it's going to come over to me. So it goes here. This is a shift card. There is no axes. There is no shield, so it can't actually stop anything. So what would happen in this instance is that damage would come over, break my shift card, and then the damage will go here, check, no, there's nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. It would hit my character, and I would lose 2 aura. So that's fine, and when attacks are hitting defences and when attacks are hitting shift cards. But what if an attack hit another attack. So we'll just go over that now. Sorry, bear with me a second. So I'm going to play that one. Weiss set hers down. So it's revealed, and Weiss has played a tick value 4 card with a power rating of 5. So that would go in the 4th tick space. I, on the other hand, have played a tick value 2 attack card with a power rating of 3. So it's revealed and goes there. So now we go to see if one goes off first. Mine goes off first because mine is a lower tick value. In the lower tick space, you have to say. Mine is in the lower tick space. So we check 1, nothing there. 2, yes, my card is there. And it's an attack. Damage goes up to Weiss's. Nothing there. 3, nothing there. 4. Weiss has an attack in tick space 4. In this instance, the power rating of the card being hit is irrelevant. This 5 could be a 0 or it could be 100. It doesn't matter. What happens in this instance is, same here. This 3 could be a 0 or 100. It doesn't matter. You can get 0 damage travelling up the stack, but of course if it hits the character it wouldn't take any life, but it can still break attacks, which we'll go over now. So the damage goes up, nothing there, nothing there. Hits Weiss's card. This card is broken because it's an attack card, and that's it. There's never any overflow damage or anything else. So in essence, attack cards can be excellent defense cards, but they also break straight away. So unlike defense cards, which may potentially block 2 or even more attacks, attack cards will only ever block 1, but you will never get overflow damage from them. So let's go over the final example. Of course, playing all these cards like this, there's going to be times when an attack card is played at the same time. So let's say Weiss played that one. I played that one, that way up, a defence. Everyone's happy, they are revealed. Weiss's is a tick value 1, mine is a tick value 2. So they go to 1 and 2 respective. And just to clarify, this line here is your tick line, that's your opponent's tick line. You can never play cards in your opponent's tick line, only in your own tick line. But let's go over what happens now. So Weiss's attack goes off, it's a 2, comes up here, hits my resistance rating of a 3, that leaves this with 1. So this is not broken, and this now has a 1 remaining resistance value. If you played another attack there, that would subtract from the 1, so most likely breaking it and potentially making me suffer overflow damage. So I'm going to play, RWBY will play that one next, which is a tick value 3, power rating 3, dedicated attack card. Hidden down. So let's go over what happens here. Those cards are revealed. 3. Got the 2 here. Weiss played a tick value 2 card a tick value 2 card with a attack rating, power rating I should say, of 3. So 1, 2 because it links, like mine links with the 2. My 2 I should say. So now the next card goes off, which is Weiss's and my tick value 2 cards. Defense of course does nothing apart from stop attacks, so Weiss's damage travels up. It would hit my 3, but it's not my 3 anymore because Weiss played this earlier, so that's only a 1 now. So that's still 2 damage unaccounted for. So now I would take 2 overflow damage, remember, taken from my spirit stat, and this will be broken. What doesn't happen is it does not break that and then travel up and break this. Once overflow damage happens, it just happens to your character. It doesn't travel up the stack anymore. So it could potentially break that, and then if I had a 1 value defense here and then days here, it couldn't break that, and break that. That doesn't happen. But let's go over the next one then. Weiss is going to play that one, and I, as RWBY, I'm going to play this one, tick value 4, defense 4 card. They're both revealed. Goes into 4 because it links, but Weiss goes into 3 because it links. Now the next 2 cards go off, but now we have 2 attacks going off at the same time. Weiss is a 3 value attack card, dedicated attack card with a tick value, power rating of 4. Mine is a tick value 3 card with a power rating of 3. So in this instance they both go off at the same time, but they can't both do damage, so we need to decide on a priority. And in the rulebook there's a priority list, but I'll just go down what happens. And the card that loses priority is broken. So, first of all you check to see if any card has an ability called Guard Crush. If it's got Guard Crush, it gains maximum priority. In this instance, neither of these cards have that ability. So we go down the list. Next one, does any of those cards have Throw? And neither of those cards have Throw. If one did have Throw, it would lose to the other card. So say this card had Throw, my attack would beat it in priority. Next, if one is a dedicated attack card and one is not, like I say, if it's a dual card, the dedicated attack card would, I should say dedicated battle card, not dedicated attack card, dedicated battle card would win. But in this instance, they're both the same. So we'll go down the list once more. The one with the higher tick value wins. But remember, just because they have tick value 3 doesn't mean they're always going to be played on tick space 3. Yeah. So if I played a 1 first and then played the 3 would actually be in the 4. But you look at the tick value, the tick number here. The one with the higher value gains priority. In this instance though, RWBY's is 3 and Weiss is also 3. So we go to the final check. In this case, we look at the power ratings. Weiss has 4, RWBY has 3. So we subtract the highest from the lowest. So 4 minus 3, that leaves Weiss with 1. So mine is broken, and the 1 damage travels up here, because this isn't overflow damage, remember, this is, it gained a priority, and then the 1 damage is coming up. Overflow damage is only sustained when an attack hits a defense, never when an attack hits an attack. So 1 damage would go up, it would hit my defence here. I've got a defence rating of 4, resistance rating of 4 I should say. That will go down to 3. If that was not there, the damage will go up and hit me. Let's say, for argument, that this was a dual card. In this instance, we check neither would have Guard Crush, neither would have Throw, but because Weiss is dedicated and this would be a dual, example wise, so imagine this number was 3 here, yeah, just like days. Because Weiss is dedicated, it would break my card, because hers would gain priority. So in that instance, that would be broken, and then all 4 of that damage will go to here. Can't be stopped because there's nothing here anymore. It's been broken. It would go here, but I did put a defense here, but that would actually break that as well, because 4. Well, taking the 4 resistance from 4 power leaves me with 0, and that would be broken as well, but I would have stopped the damage. If that hadn't been there, I would have taken 4 damage. If that had only been a 2, it would have broken that as well, and I would take 2 overflow damage. Okay, it's been a bit of a long video, apologise for that. In the next section I'll be covering abilities.